hockey stream on episode 272 of the VIG Lounge, where the Pittsburgh Penguins welcome the Boston Bruins to PPG Paints Arena in their second to last game of the season. It's a battle of the black and gold. Will the Penguins be able to soar above the competition, or will they get mauled by the B? There's only one way to find out. Before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's jump right in. Crosby and Lindholm to meet at center, and we're underway as the Bruins win the opening draw. Puck knocked away by Joseph, courtesy of a hit. Now up the gut to Brian Rust on the right wing side, into the circle! Gets a shot off, and that's turned aside by Jeremy Swayman. Charlie McAvoy knocked off the puck. That puck bounced a little bit. Fed up again from the D to Brian Rust. Rust trying to get another shot away, but he gets knocked down this time. And Brad Marchand, who is no longer a Bruin, in probably one of the most shocking, one of the most shocking trade of the deadline this year. But of course, this is before all of that, so in this game, Brad Marchand still wears the spoke to beat. McAvoy trying to carry in now for Boston. DeCoyle, who is also no longer a Bruin IRL. This is a grudge match by the looks of it. I just have to see what the battle is. Penguins trying to get it out, and they do in the form of the Penguins star of getting Malkin, who's being featured. Of course, he's knocked off the puck. Now Carlson. Carlson, a drive! That's turned aside by Swayman. Now Malkin tried to carry it in, lost it. Hayes fires, pat save by Swayman. With a shot, rebound from the shot by Malkin, turned aside. And now Trent Frederick, who is also, I believe, no longer a Bruin, if I'm not mistaken. Jones. Yeah, like this Bruins lineup compared to the one that they're rocking IRL is completely different. Well, that's what happens when you do a huge retool on the fly, or what you'd call a total teardown. Kolya Chonak had the puck knocked away. Tried to send it back to nobody in particular, and it goes all the way into the Penguin zone. Picked up by Connor Dewar. Now carried in by Noel Acciari. With a shot, that's turned aside again by Swayman. Tough battle for it. And a lot of hitting. Carried in now by Danton Heinen. Couldn't get the shot away. And they're booing the rat, Brad Marchand. Got to be an injury of something I'm not aware of, but we'll have to see. Erik Karlsson carries in for the Penguins. Rebound score! Shea Mia! Ryan Shea jumps up on the rush to give the Penguins a 1-0 lead. Was able to just tuck the rebound home past Swayman. And the Penguins now are rewarded with a 1-0 lead. Charlie Coyle with a shot. That's turned aside. Now Phil Tomasino carries in for the Penguins. Right wing circle, a shot, rebounds available, but they couldn't get it. And it's Pavel Zacha, who is the Bruins highlighted player for this grudge match. Zacha with a shot saved by Nedeljkovic. Trying to find a safe lane out, and they do in the form of Malkin, who carries in for the Penguins. Let's it go, and he scores! Gino Machino cashes into the casino, and the Penguins have a 2-0 lead. 63rd goal. Man, what a play through. Excuse me. Almost looked like the shot was deflected by one of the Bruins' own players, as the coach just kind of stands there looking cross. In this very fast-moving first period. A little over 2 minutes remaining, as the Penguins now have themselves a nice 2-goal lead. Tried to feed it across. Picked off by Kastelik. Now Letang gets it back for Pittsburgh and then loses it. Kastelik. Trying to battle for it. Shot in front, turned aside. On the bid from McAvoy. All right, that is one period down. Penguins have a 2-0 lead as we go into the intermission. Let's take a look at the stats. Of course, 2-0 lead for Pittsburgh, as I just mentioned. Shots are very close, 8-7 in favor of the Penguins. Hits 16-11, favoring Pittsburgh as well. And Bruins won all 3 faceoffs. That's how fast that period went by. There were only 3 faceoffs the entire period, and Boston won every one of them. No penalty to speak of, but maybe that'll change in the second. All right, 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Let's see what happens in period number 2. Sidney Crosby and Elias Lindholm. And Lindholm wins that draw. The Penguins got the puck to Joseph, then lost it. Joseph cuts to the net. Save made by Swayman. Oh, there's a delayed penalty. And it looks like it's on Boston. And Swayman touches the puck. And the Penguins get the game's first power play. As who else but the former Bruin, Brad Marchand. Oh. Yeah, sorry, Rat Boy, you can't be doing that. Malkin finally wins a draw for the Penguins. Back to Shea, and he nearly got his second on the long-range shot that was gloved by Swayman. And a Let's Go Pens chant here at PPG. Malkin wins it again, back to Shea. That shot swallowed by Swayman, and it might have been deflected en route had Swayman not got there first. Now we have Vasily Ponomarov in again for the Penguins in the absence of Tommy Novak. He was injured in the last game against Chicago. Ponomarov trying to carry in on the power play here. Now the Penguins have a penalty, it looks like. Oh no, just the booing for one reason or another. I really don't know why, if there's an injury maybe or what, but I haven't seen it. Carried up now by Brian Rust. Man, there's a lot of hits going on. Potamara with a shot, looking for his first point as a Penguin. And he nearly had it there. Now Letang knocked off the puck. Trying to just carry it in himself, and he does. Drifts around everybody. Backhand shot to the net. Oh, what a sequence. But Swayman was able to shut the door for Boston. As we're getting down to the final seconds of the Penguins' man advantage. Up now to P.O. Joseph. He'll let a shot go. That's stopped. Rebound! Crosby scores! Beauty backhand! Showing that there's plenty of magic left in that one for the Wizard of Bronze! Oh! Right up top with a beautiful backhand shot. .41 remaining as the Penguins lead the Bruins 3-0, courtesy of that power play goal by Sidney Crosby. As the Penguins captain continues to show that age ain't nothing but a number. Drive up for Chari! He scores! A cookie for Cookie! And the Penguins lead it 4-0. Just tucks it up over the top, over the shoulder of Swayman, excuse me. And the Bruins bench boss is getting more frustrated by the minute. And Noel Acciari's had himself a nice year too, 15 goals on the year, as we've been able to balance the offense pretty well with everybody contributing here. Charlie Coyle gonna block that. Zacha. Now to Shea. Shot. And Marco Scandella, who I don't even think is playing in the NHL anymore, has a goal for Boston. Good for them. They're on the board with a nice point shot. Assists from Zacha and Coyle. Up the right wing side. Carried in now by Acciari, who has one of the goals tonight for Pittsburgh in this 4-1 lead. Battle for it. Carried up the left wing side by Carlson, who finds Blake Lizotte. And Max Jones. There's a nice save. Up the right wing side to Rutger McGroarty, who unfortunately had his season come to an end IRL in Chicago. But hopefully it's nothing major and he can come back and maybe suit up for a longer stint in the NHL in the 25-26 campaign. Offside as the Bruins deflected that pass, so we'll have a draw at center. There's a hit on Blake Lizotte. He's able to bounce right back. 9:44 remaining here in the second. Pittsburgh has a 4-1 lead, and the most recent goal was by a Boston Bruin, who again, I don't even think is in the NHL in real life anymore. Icing call against Pittsburgh with 9:15 to go. as we highlight Alex Nedeljkovic and Jeremy Swayman. Ricard Raquel into the circle, shoots, and the rebound down low. Okay, there's got to be an injury that I'm not aware of. I just can't think of who it is. Unless it's probably Rust, to be fair. Ricard Raquel brings it in now for Pittsburgh. He'll shoot. Oh, Rust is there. Okay, never mind. It's not Brian Rust. I don't know who's hurt then, or why they're booing. Maybe it's a previous injury or something, and the player's back for Pittsburgh. I don't know. I guess I'll find out at the end of the game. And David Pasternak brings the Bruins to within 2 with his 60th of the year. And I mean, I know he's having himself a strong season in spite of the Bruins' struggles, of course, IRL. And there's a puck on a string. I don't really see that. He almost crashed the net for that one. I would think that would be crash the crease special ability, but whatever. It's 4-2. Drive by Tomasino, trying to get one of those goals back for Pittsburgh. Bonamara battling for it around the net. And Charlie Coyle got it to Carlson. Trying to feed it across. Wouldn't go. Back now to Shea. And he scores! Get that man a shot of Tomasino! With a beautiful tip from the Shea shot in front, and the Penguins again have a 3-goal lead. And there's a zone ability, nice tape-to-tape pass by Erik Karlsson. And then Shea just lets it go. And Tomasino's in front. Shea with a shot. That's off the pad. And a save made by Nedeljkovic. Shots are pretty close, 15-21 in favor of the Penguins. Puck poked away by Achari. Collected now by Brandon Carlo. It was now a Toronto Maple Leaf, if I'm not mistaken. Achari, a drive save made by Swayman. Connor Timmins. Speaking of Leafs, that's a former Maple Leaf, now Penguin, who I've actually, really liked the game of as a third pairing D-man. Saved by Nedeljkovic, and that'll end the period. As goals were scored by both teams. It's 5-2, Penguins after 40 minutes. Let's take a look at the stats after the 40 minutes have expired. Of course, the score, once again, 5-2 for the Penguins. Shots are pretty close, 22-17, favoring Penguins. Hits, though, 38-24 for Pittsburgh. My goodness. Bruins still more than doubling Pittsburgh in the face-off dot, 11-5. And the Penguins did have a power play, and they scored on it, courtesy of Sidney Crosby, which, if the score stays where it is, meaning if the Bruins don't score anymore, that will be the game winner. But we'll have to wait and see. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes up. Let's see what happens in the third period in the battle of the black and gold. Crosby wins the opening draw for the first time in this game. Have lost period 1 and 2. Rust with a shot, turned aside by Swayman. Letang. Fed up now to Brian Rust. Rust knocked off the puck. And it's Lindholm. And Marchand here in the booze once again. Pasternak in front. Turned aside by Nedeljkovic. Beautiful spring to Raquel, who's in alone. Save made by Swayman. Pasternak. To Marchand off the pipe. And the puck fortunately did not bounce in, even though it could have. Now Vasily Ponomarov. He's trying to get that shot off. He got one. It did not go, but he's trying. Backhand to the net. Malkin's there to try to steer it in, but it would not go. Ryan Shea. Up now to Pittsburgh, and another knockdown. Oh, beautiful takeaway by Carlson to prevent a guaranteed goal on that rebound chance. Shot by Tomasino turned aside. Carlson tried to get it to Kevin Hayes, but Hayes missed the pass. He'll collect behind the Penguins' net. Tried to find a passing lane, but he lost it. Brought in by former Bruin Trent Frederick. Now up to Kevin Hayes. Boston native, I believe. Another nice save by Nedeljkovic. Puck carried back in now by Hayes. Hayes drifts into the circle. He'll let it go. That goes off the pad of Swayman. Around the net. Collected by Shea, then he lost it. Now Rust has it. Finds Danton Heinen, and it gets into the Bruin zone. As we're under 9 minutes to go in this game. Puck picked off by Raquel. Trying to get it up to Crosby, but he couldn't do it. Now there's Pasternak once again. Pass in front of the net. And Pasternak with another hit. Now we've got a Let's Go Bruins chant breaking out from these fickle EA fans. Zacha. Now Nola Chari trying to help the Penguins get unhemmed in their own zone. Tomasino's out there. There's a bit of a scrambled line. And another save by Nedeljkovic as the Penguins just can't seem to get it out. Another save. And another Let's Go Bruins chant. Finally gets on the stick of Evgeny Malkin and out in the form of Brian Rust. Rust trying to get a shot away. Morgan Geekie to Pavel Zacha. Malkin has it now for Pittsburgh. Up the right wing side to Raquel. Gets knocked off his stick, but collected by Evgeny Malkin. Out now to Letang. Malkin shot off the post. Under a minute remaining. Oh, what a bomb by the former Bruin Trent Frederick. So it will not be the Sidney Crosby power play goal being the game winner. That's all right. We're still in decent shape. 2-goal lead with under a minute to go. Not saying it's impossible, but let's try to prevent that, of course. Rutger McGroarty fires and scores! McGroarty! Rutger McGroarty! Fit in well on that second line. Or excuse me, third line. And I said second because Malkin got a point from that. I believe, unless they were talking about hits. Let's take a look at the stats before we wrap things up. Shots dead even at 32 apiece. Score, of course, 6-3, courtesy of that late goal from Rutger McGroarty. Hits 52-43, favoring the Penguins. Shots face-offs, nearly doubled by the Bruins, 12-7. And there's only one penalty that entire game, and it belonged to the Bruins, and the Penguins capitalized, courtesy of that Sidney Crosby power play goal. But thank you all for tuning in to this morning edition of the VIG Lounge. If you're seeing it live on Twitch, and if you check it out early on YouTube as well, of course. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987, and until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a satisfying Sunday, everybody.